Our next guest tonight is an Emmy Award-winning comedian, director, and writer you know from his work on Saturday Night Live and as one-third of The Lonely Island. He is the author of the new children's book, Little Fox and the Wild Imagination, which is available today. Please welcome back to the show our very good friend, Jorma Taccone. How are you, Jorm?
Hi, I'm so glad you mentioned the Emmy because, it's right
Oh, you
here.
haven't? You put the Emmy in the background.
You know what?
I think it'd be very nice if people who are thinking about buying a children's book you wrote know what song the Emmy is for.
It was called Dick in a Box.
So, Jorm, I want to start.
Heartwarming tale. That's a heartwarming tale.
I want to start by congratulating you on the fact that you just became a father again.
I did. Mere weeks ago.
And you're a new baby girl, correct?
Yeah, Zadie Quinn.
And
I wanted to name her Quinn Elizabeth, but Mari said that I couldn't name our child a joke name.
I want to ask about Wiley, your 5-year-old, is not only the inspiration for this book, but there's actual dialogue of Wiley's in the book, correct?
Yes, sort of the impetus of this book is obviously the wild imagination of my 5-year-old Wiley, but there was a quote when he was 3 years old. He would constantly say, "Now I will put you in a mail truck and throw you in the ocean, and a shark will eat you all gone," which was, I think, his way of telling me that he loved me very much.
It is a very nice thing, and I will say, you've got a fantastic illustrator for this book. There's Mail Truck and Shark, and it must be so exciting to see the art come back for words like that, especially words of your child.
Well, you know this because of doing the comic book thing. I mean, like when you write something and then have it visually come to life, it's just incredible. And this guy, Dan Santat, the fact that he even agreed to do this, like he's a Caldecott winner. I couldn't believe that he was even willing to be involved with me. I mean, but Dick in a Box, I guess, goes a long way.
Something else that goes a long way with a lot of people is MacGruber. You are one of the co-creators of MacGruber as well with Will Forte and John Solomon. And you were very kind because you are now working on an 8-episode series for Peacock for fans of MacGruber, of which there are legion. And I believe I am the front of that fan line. We are very excited about this. Where are you in the process?
We've been writing about Monday, Wednesday, Friday every week, and quite often we'll start about a half an hour late because Will's off doing sea captain lines.
Yes.
So I'm pretty glad that that's over. We would just be in the background constantly thinking, like, it's a little weird transition, but you would actually get to hear like the 5 different takes that he would do.
Yes, I think we both know from our lucky collaborations with Will that he is a perfectionist. And every day I would text him and say, "Look, if you don't have time, you don't have to do sea captain lines." And of course, he's also very amenable to helping. But I forget that he, of course, was taking huge chunks of time out of your day. So I'm very sorry.
I'm being kind when I say it was half an hour. It was usually more like an hour.
Hey, I also owe you thanks for this. A few years ago, your wife, Mari, was directing a film in Pittsburgh, and my family goes to Pittsburgh once a year, and I told you it was for my mother's birthday, and so you came to my mother's birthday party, and you made her an airbrushed picture with her face on it. Which is just genuinely great. Also, it's very rare when the person holding the shirt is making the same expression, but there it is. And will you tell everyone, because you can't quite read it, what the tagline that you put on the shirt was?
Oh, I believe the tagline was "Real G's move in silence," which to me said grandmas, grandmas move in silence.
I would love for you to have seen the full conversation with my mom when I tried to explain to her what "real G's move in silence" meant. One of the fans of MacGruber, and I was joking earlier, the people who have watched MacGruber are a fan of MacGruber, is one of our finest directors, Christopher Nolan, who directed Batman, Inception, among other things. And how did you find out that Christopher Nolan was a fan, and did you ever get a chance to talk to him about it?
It was when Anne Hathaway was on Jimmy Fallon, and I got a call at the time from the producers. I believe it was Michael Shoemaker, your producer, who called and told me that I had to watch when Anne Hathaway was on the show that night. I watched, and she told a story that was when they were shooting Batman. She knew things were going really well when Christopher Nolan started to quote MacGruber, which is shocking to me that he was a fan at all. And then I went to a director's dinner. The DGA hosts these director's dinners, and me and my wife went because she is a filmmaker, much better filmmaker than me. And she was like, "Oh, Christopher Nolan's here. You gotta go talk to him." And so I ran up to him and was like, "Chris, I'm a director. I did this movie MacGruber." And he's like, "Oh, hi." And I was like, "Yeah, we're thinking about doing this sequel pretty soon. And what do you think about me putting, when the director title comes up, it just says Christopher Nolan with an asterisk, and then after the movie, another asterisk, like a footnote, comes up and says who really directed the movie?" And he was like, "Well, I'll have to ask my wife." So we're still hoping. I'm asking him if he wants to.
I'm so confident that question was never asked to Christopher Nolan's wife. Honey, sit down. There's a huge opportunity for us. Hey, buddy, congratulations again. The book is really wonderful and not in jest at all. Both my kids really loved it. I'm so excited for MacGruber, and congratulations to you and Mari on the new baby.
Oh, thanks so much. And congratulations for being back.
It's nice to be back. And we did make Forte do a line tonight, so I'm very sorry. Little Fox and the Wild Imagination available today. We will be right back.